Welcome to Learn English Stories, where you learn English through stories. Today we have a captivating story that's not only education but also unfolds a significant in history. Before we dive into the narrative, remember, clear and simple sentences will guide our journey, making learning both enjoyable and effective. If you find the story helpful, please press the like button to reward us. It motivates us to bring more stories your way. Also, don't hesitate to write a comment sharing your thoughts or any questions you might have. Engaging with the story actively is a great way to enhance your learning experience. Now let's begin our story. Title: Virat Kohli, From Gully Cricket to Global Icon. Soccer, Chapter 1, Early Beginnings. Popper Section 1.1, Birth and Family Background. Virat Kohli was born on November 5, 1988, in the bustling city of Delhi, India, to Prem Kohli, a lawyer, and Saroy Kohli, a housewife. His father was an avid cricket fan and played a crucial role in nurturing Virat's early love for the game. His family, though not from a wealthy background, prioritized education and discipline. Despite their modest means, they always ensured that Virat and his siblings received the best of opportunities. Virat's initial exposure to cricket was not at a formal academy, but in the streets of his neighborhood, playing gully cricket with his friends. It was here that his raw talent began to shine, even though he was playing against older, more experienced players. From a young age, it was clear that Virat had something special, an unyielding passion for the sport and a drive to succeed. At home, his father was the guiding force, always encouraging Virat to pursue his passion, but also emphasizing the importance of hard work and commitment. His mother, Saroj, was a pillar of emotional support, especially when Virat would get frustrated with his cricketing progress. His parents were his first and most significant mentors, providing him with a foundation of values, discipline, and love for the game. They believed that a balance between education and cricket was vital for his holistic development. However, little did they know that Virat's dream of playing for India would soon turn into a reality, a journey that would not only change his life, but also the world of cricket. Section 1.2, Early Childhood and School Life. Virat's school life in Delhi was filled with a mix of academics and cricket. He attended Vishal Bharti Public School, where he excelled in studies, but his heart was always set on the cricket field. In the early years, his cricketing talent was evident to his classmates and teachers. Virat, often the youngest player in his teams, faced the challenge of proving himself against older boys, which only fueled his desire to improve. While some of his peers would often choose to play other sports, Virat would remain glued to the cricket field, practicing his shots, footwork, and technique with unmatched focus. His determination was unmatched, as he would spend hours refining his batting skills, even if it meant sacrificing playtime with his friends. In his school's annual sports events, Virat quickly became the standout cricketer, breaking records and garnering attention from local scouts. He was a part of his school's cricket team, where his aggressive batting style and hunger for runs made him an undeniable talent. However, his journey was not without its challenges. Balancing studies and cricket proved difficult, as many people around him believed that cricket could only be a hobby, not a professional career. Despite the skepticism, Virat remained steadfast in his goal to play for India. His dedication to both his academics and cricket laid the groundwork for his future successes. Section 1.3, Joining the Academy. Virat's talent didn't go unnoticed, and by the age of 9, he enrolled in the West Delhi Cricket Academy. It was here that he began to sharpen his skills under the tutelage of coach Rajkumar Sharma. The academy was known for producing excellent cricketers, and it was a turning point for Virat, as it provided him with the resources, training, and mentorship needed to refine his raw talent. Although the academy was filled with other talented players, what set Virat apart was his intense passion for the game and his unrelenting desire to succeed. His commitment to cricket was evident as he would often stay back after practice, working on specific aspects of his game. At the academy, Virat faced the challenge of competing with older and more experienced players, which only made him stronger. He quickly built a reputation as a fearless and aggressive batsman who wasn't afraid to take risks. His coach, Rajkumar Sharma, became a father figure for him, always pushing Virat to go beyond his limits while keeping his feet grounded. Virat's mental toughness began to take shape here, and he learned how to handle both success and failure with maturity. The academy became the proving ground, where he was not only learning the technical aspects of the game but also the mental fortitude required to succeed at the highest level. Section 1.4, Support from Family. Throughout Virat's early cricketing journey, his family played an instrumental role in his development, both emotionally and practically. His father, Prem Kohli, was his biggest supporter, always encouraging Virat to follow his dreams, even when the path seemed uncertain. Prem's belief in Virat's potential was unwavering. He would often accompany his son to matches, offering advice and guidance, and sharing his love for the sport. Virat credits his father with teaching him the importance of discipline and perseverance. Unfortunately, Prem Kohli passed away suddenly in 2006, but his teachings continued to inspire Virat throughout his career. Virat's mother, Saroj, was the emotional anchor during these tough times. She never pressured him to give up cricket, and instead stood by him through every success and failure. Her nurturing nature and constant encouragement helped Virat stay grounded, even in his darkest hours after the loss of his father. It was his mother who provided him with the strength to continue playing. Together, his parents made countless sacrifices to ensure that Virat had the resources and opportunities to follow his dreams. Their unwavering support was vital to his rise, and they were his biggest cheerleaders as he climbed the ranks of Indian cricket. Chapter 2, Struggles and Breakthrough Section. 21 Early Challenges in Junior Cricket. Virat's early days in junior cricket were not as smooth as his meteoric rise would later suggest. Though his talent was evident, the road to recognition was paved with challenges. At the age of 16, he began to play in age group competitions and faced tough competition from established players. He was often criticized for his aggressive nature and fiery temperament on the field, a trait that sometimes led to confrontations with both teammates and opponents. These early clashes with his critics and fellow players shaped his character and taught him the importance of emotional control, especially when facing adversity. However, Virat was determined not to let these challenges hinder his progress. His early years in junior cricket also exposed him to the stark realities of Indian cricket's competitive nature. Despite the tough competition, Virat consistently proved himself through his performances. He would often make headlines with his aggressive approach to batting and his ability to chase tough targets. His performances in the domestic circuit, however, were often overlooked as the selectors favored other, more experienced players. This forced Virat to work even harder, ensuring that his performances could not be ignored. Through sheer determination, he secured a place. Section 2.2, the Under-19 World Cup. In 2008, Virat Kohli was selected to captain India's Under-19 cricket team for the ICC Under-19 World Cup in Malaysia. This was a defining moment in his career, as it was the first time he led a team on a global stage. The tournament was an opportunity to showcase his skills to the world, but also a pressure cooker moment as the expectations of a nation were placed on his shoulders. Kohli, known for his aggressive playing style, embraced the responsibility with fervor. His leadership was characterized by fierce determination and a refusal to back down, even in the face of adversity. India went on to win the tournament, with Virat playing a pivotal role both as a leader and as a batsman, helping India secure the title. Kohli's performances in the Under-19 World Cup were nothing short of spectacular. He scored consistently throughout the tournament, displaying a maturity that belied his years. His aggressive batting and ability to handle pressure were evident in crucial moments. During the final against South Africa, Virat played an important knock under the pressure of chasing a daunting target. His leadership qualities were equally impressive. He rallied his teammates and kept their spirits high, earning him respect among his peers. This victory not only solidified his place in the cricketing world, but also marked the beginning of his journey as a leader. The win set the stage for his future role in Indian cricket, where he would go on to lead the team to numerous successes. Section 2.3, Making his mark in domestic cricket. After the Under-19 World Cup, Virat's transition into the domestic cricket scene was filled with both challenges and opportunities. The 2008-09 domestic season was his first real test in the senior circuit, where he joined the Delhi state team and played in the Ranji Trophy, India's premier domestic competition. While he initially faced tough opposition and struggled to make a significant impact in his early matches, Virat's hunger for runs kept him focused. His performances were marked by resilience, and slowly, his technique and temperament evolved. Virat understood that to succeed at the highest level, he needed to refine his game further, especially his ability to bat in different conditions and situations. His consistency in domestic cricket soon earned him a spot in the Indian Premier League (IPL) where he represented the Royal Challengers Bangalore, RCB. The IPL was a major platform for young cricketers to showcase their talent in front of a global audience. Virat's aggressive batting style made him a fan favorite, and his consistent performances helped him gain recognition as one of the most exciting young players in India. Though the IPL gave him the visibility he needed, it was his consistent performances in the Ranji Trophy and other domestic tournaments that truly honed his skills. He began to adapt his game to the demands of international cricket, working on his technique and mental toughness, preparing for the challenges that lay ahead in his career. Section 2.4. Call to the national team. Virat's dream of representing India was finally realized in 2008, when he was selected for the national team to play in an ODI against Sri Lanka. It was a momentous occasion for the young cricketer, but one that came with immense pressure. As a 19-year-old, Virat was entering the international arena, where the stakes were much higher than in domestic cricket. His debut match was against Sri Lanka in August 2008, where he had a solid but not exceptional performance. He scored just 12 runs in his first innings, but it was his next few matches that would set the tone for his future. The media and critics were quick to judge, but Virat's confidence was unwavering. He knew that talent alone wouldn't secure his place. It would take relentless hard work and mental fortitude to prove himself. Despite the early setbacks, Virat's determination to succeed never wavered. His aggression, which had been a hallmark of his domestic career, initially drew criticism at the international level. Critics questioned his technique and temperament, but Virat responded with more determined performances, focusing on improving his game rather than succumbing to external pressure. It was clear that he wasn't just a product of his talent. He was a player with immense drive, who learned from his mistakes and was determined to prove himself. With every match, he was building the foundation of what would soon become one of the greatest cricketing careers in the world. Chapter 3. The First Steps in International Cricket. Section 3.1. Debut in International Cricket. Virat Kohli's debut in international cricket was a defining moment, not just for him but for Indian cricket. In 2008, he was chosen to play in an ODI series against Sri Lanka, marking his first appearance for India. It was a huge occasion for the young cricketer, and despite the high expectations, he maintained his composure. While his first innings was a modest 12 runs, it was his determination and aggression that immediately caught the attention of fans and coaches alike. He didn't come into the limelight with a blistering century or an unforgettable match-winning performance. Instead, it was his unwavering spirit and hunger to succeed that stood out. He knew this was just the beginning, and he was determined to make his mark. After his debut, Kohli had a lot to prove. He faced criticism for his aggressive nature and his tendency to play reckless shots. However, he took the criticism in stride, understanding that international cricket was a different beast altogether. Rather than being discouraged, Virat focused on improving his technique and temperament. He worked tirelessly with his coaches, refining his shots and learning to control his emotions. It was a difficult phase for Kohli, but it was also the time when his character began to take shape. His early performances in ODIs were not outstanding, but his passion and commitment were evident in every match he played. It was only a matter of time before he would silence his critics and prove his worth. Section 3.2. A rocky start. Virat Kohli's early years in international cricket were far from smooth. Despite his undeniable talent, he faced multiple setbacks. His aggressive playing style was sometimes viewed as a flaw rather than a strength, and he struggled to find consistency in his early international matches. His performances in the initial ODIs were often inconsistent, with the occasional failure putting more pressure on him. His aggressive batting was often perceived as reckless, and critics questioned whether he had the temperament to succeed in international cricket. The media spotlight only added to the pressure, as every failure was magnified and dissected. However, Virat's response to adversity was what truly set him apart. He didn't let the criticism affect his confidence. Instead, he used it as fuel to improve. He understood that success would not come easily, and that he needed to be mentally strong to overcome the obstacles in his path. Virat worked on refining his technique and controlling his aggression, learning to adapt his game to different match situations. The early failures were essential to his growth, as they taught him valuable lessons about patience, perseverance, and the mental aspects of the game. The rocky start only served to make him stronger, and he soon emerged as a key player in India's middle order. Section 3.3. First ODI Century. Virat Kohli's first ODI century came in 2009, during India's tour of Sri Lanka. It was a defining moment in his career and a crucial turning point. The century was not just an individual achievement, but a statement that Virat had arrived on the international stage. His knock of 107 runs in the second ODI was marked by maturity, composure, and control, qualities that were often questioned in his earlier performances. This century was a testament to his growth as a cricketer. It showed that he was capable of playing long innings and handling the pressure of chasing big totals. The knock also gave him the confidence to know that he could succeed at the highest level. The significance of this century was immense, both for Kohli and for Indian cricket. It was the first of many, and it came at a time when Virat needed to prove himself. His ability to control his aggressive instincts and play with patience was a sign of his evolving maturity as a batsman. This century was not just a personal milestone, but a signal to the cricketing world that Virat Kohli was ready to take on the challenges of international cricket. From here, his confidence soared, and he became a regular fixture in the Indian middle order, steadily rising to become one of the most consistent and formidable batsmen in world cricket. Section 3.4. Establishing himself as a reliable batsman. Virat Kohli's early days in international cricket were a time of growth and adjustment, but once he had gained some confidence from his first ODI century, he quickly became one of the most dependable players in the Indian squad. His performances started to show maturity beyond his years, as he adapted his aggressive style into a more controlled, consistent approach. He recognized the need to focus on building innings, rather than relying solely on his natural flair. Kohli's ability to anchor the innings, while also accelerating when required, made him one of the most versatile batsmen in the Indian team. His adaptability was a key strength during this period. Kohli was equally adept in different conditions, whether on the seamer-friendly tracks of England or the slow, turning pitches in the subcontinent. His technique, once questioned, now became a hallmark of solidity and reliability. He formed crucial partnerships with experienced players like MS Dhoni, Gautam Gambhir, and Yuvraj Singh, learning from their approach to handling pressure and closing out games. It was during these formative years that Virat's resilience and mental toughness began to take shape, as he quickly earned a reputation for stepping up in tough situations. By the end of 2010, Kohli was already becoming a fixture in India's middle order, playing a pivotal role in key matches and gaining the trust of his teammates. His ability to finish games in high-pressure scenarios made him invaluable to the Indian squad, and his stock was steadily rising. He also started to demonstrate leadership qualities, gaining the respect of his peers for his determination and relentless pursuit of excellence. This would lay the foundation for his future role as India's captain. But for now, Kohli was focused on making himself indispensable to the team. Chapter 4. Breakthrough Performances and Rise to Prominence. Section 4.1. The 2011 World Cup Victory. One of the defining moments of Virat Kohli's early international career came during the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup, held in India, after struggling in the 2007 World Cup, where India was eliminated early. Kohli had matured and become one of the team's most reliable batsmen. The 2011 World Cup was Virat's first chance to play in a World Cup, and it came at a perfect time. He was at the peak of his form. Kohli played an integral role in India's march to the final, scoring critical runs when the team needed them most. His most memorable performance came in the quarterfinals against Australia, where India was under pressure to chase down a challenging target. Virat scored a brilliant 59 off 52 balls, anchoring the chase with his calm and aggressive stroke play. His innings was a masterclass in chasing difficult totals and handling pressure, and it was evident that he had the ability to rise to the occasion when his team needed him. India eventually defeated Australia and then Pakistan to reach the final against Sri Lanka. The final, held at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, was a historic occasion. India had not won the World Cup since 1983, and there was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air. In the final, Virat played a solid knock of 35 runs, setting up the platform for the middle and lower order to finish the job. India won the World Cup for the second time in history, and Kohli's contribution to the victory was an essential part of the team's success. The triumph was not only a milestone for Indian cricket, but also a personal one for Virat. It marked his arrival as one of the premier batsmen in the world and solidified his place as a crucial member of the team. Section 4.2, the Indian Premier League, IPL, and its impact. Parallel to his growth in international cricket, Virat Kohli's rise in the IPL played a significant role in shaping his career. Kohli was picked by the Royal Challengers, Bangalore (RCB), franchise in the very first IPL auction in 2008, but it wasn't until 2011 that he truly began to make his mark in the tournament. Under the captaincy of Daniel Vittori, Kohli became the team's mainstay in the batting lineup. His natural attacking style was perfectly suited for the fast-paced format, and he quickly established himself as one of the most exciting young players in the IPL. The 2013 IPL season was a particularly breakthrough one. For Virat, he finished as one of the highest run scorers of the tournament, scoring consistently in matches and making match-winning contributions for RCB. His aggressive stroke play combined with his ability to find gaps and rotate strike made him one of the most complete T20 batsmen of the time. He became known for his consistency in the IPL, scoring runs in difficult conditions and leading RCB to the finals in 2016. His performances in the IPL were a precursor to his incredible success in international cricket, as the tournament helped him fine-tune his skills in the shorter formats of the game. By 2016, Kohli had fully established himself as one of the top players in world cricket, thanks to his performances in both domestic and international arenas. His consistency in the IPL, combined with his international success, earned him immense popularity across India and the world. His journey from a brash young cricketer to a mature and strategic player was visible in the way he adapted his game, understanding the nuances of different formats and the pressure of leading a team. The IPL played a crucial role in Kohli's evolution, pushing him to be better and providing him with a stage to showcase his talent on the global level. Section 4.3. Becoming a consistent run scorer. The year 2013 marked a significant turning point in Virat Kohli's career, as he transformed from a promising talent to one of the most consistent and prolific run scorers in world cricket. His performances in ODI cricket, particularly during the 2013 ICC Champions Trophy, were a testament to his rise. Kohli was in exceptional form during the tournament, where he played several match-winning knocks, including a memorable century against Sri Lanka. His century in the final helped India secure the Champions Trophy, and it further cemented his reputation as a player who could handle pressure and perform when it mattered most. Kohli's consistency became his hallmark in the years that followed. Whether it was chasing targets or building innings, he demonstrated a unique ability to adapt to varying match situations. His fitness regime, combined with his skill set, made him one of the toughest players to dismiss. His ability to play long innings and accumulate runs at a steady rate, without compromising on his aggressive style, set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Kohli was not just a match winner. He was a constant presence at the crease, always ready to step up and lead his team to victory. This period also marked his evolution as a player, who could dominate all formats of the game: tests, ODIs, and T20s. Kohli's adaptability to different formats and conditions showcased his all-around abilities and cemented his place as one of the greatest modern-day cricketers. His consistency in all formats made him a valuable asset to the Indian team, and his presence was felt in almost every match India played. Section 4.4. The pressure of captaincy. In 2013, after MS Dhoni's sudden retirement from Test cricket, Kohli was handed the reins of the Indian Test team. The pressure of captaincy was immense, but Kohli, ever the determined and fearless leader, stepped up to the challenge. His aggressive approach and no-nonsense attitude quickly became his hallmark as a captain. While some questioned whether Kohli's aggressive style would suit the demands of leadership, his performances as a player and his leadership in ODI and T20 formats quickly silenced those doubts. Kohli's first series as Test captain was against Australia in 2014, and though the team lost the series, Virat's leadership was lauded for its boldness. He exhibited qualities of a true leader, standing up for his players and displaying a strong fighting spirit. Even though India's results didn't always reflect the team's potential, Kohli's leadership qualities began to shine through. His emphasis on fitness, discipline, and playing with intensity started to filter into the team, and his standards set the tone for the years to come. Under his captaincy, India became a dominant force in world cricket, especially at home, where they regularly defeated top teams. Kohli's aggressive style, both as a batsman and captain, gave India a new identity, one that was not afraid to take risks, push boundaries, and play with passion. His tenure as captain marked the start of a golden era in Indian cricket, where the team became more competitive and players felt more empowered under his leadership. Chapter. Section 4.5, Establishing Dominance in International Cricket. By 2014, Virat Kohli had firmly established himself as one of the leading cricketers in the world. His consistency in ODIs, combined with his burgeoning success in T20, cricket and leadership qualities, made him the focal point of the Indian batting lineup. The 2014 series in England, which was a difficult tour for India, turned into a crucial moment in Kohli's development as a batsman. While he struggled in the shorter formats, particularly in T20s and ODIs, it was in Test cricket that Kohli began to show his true potential. In the first Test match of the series, Kohli scored a brilliant century at Old Trafford, his first in England, which proved his ability to succeed in challenging overseas conditions. The innings was a symbol of his growth as a player, demonstrating that he was no longer just an aggressive, attacking batsman, but one who could adapt his game to different formats and conditions. His knock gave India hope in what was otherwise a tough series. Over the following years, he became known for his ability to score runs on tough pitches, especially in overseas conditions, which was a significant step for him in terms of proving his adaptability and skill across all formats. Kohli's ability to play well in overseas conditions was further highlighted in the 2014-15 series in Australia, where he displayed a maturity in his batting and began to dominate some of the world's best bowlers. His innings of 141 in Adelaide was a career-defining moment. It wasn't just a century. It was a statement that Virat Kohli was here to stay, and that he could perform at the highest level, even under pressure, against the best teams in the world. These performances helped India regain respect on the international stage, as Kohli's aggressive yet controlled batting style began to turn into a reliable weapon for the team. Section 4.6, The Rise to Leadership, Becoming India's Captain. In 2015, Virat Kohli was given full-time captaincy of the Indian cricket team in all formats after MS Dhoni's retirement from Test cricket, although he had already captained India in a few limited overs games and had experience in the IPL. Being handed the responsibility of leading the national team was a monumental challenge. Kohli, however, embraced the challenge with confidence, understanding that his aggressive, never-back-down attitude was what the team needed. From the outset, Kohli's leadership was marked by his emphasis on fitness, discipline, and a never-say-die attitude. Under Kohli's leadership, India experienced a resurgence both at home and abroad. The 2016 World T20 tournament held in India was a massive opportunity for Kohli to lead his side in a major international tournament, and he delivered in a big way. His performances with the bat were outstanding, including a series of breathtaking knocks. The most iconic of these came against Australia in the semi-final, where he scored an unbeaten 82 off 51 balls to take India to the final. Despite losing to West Indies in the final, Kohli's leadership during the tournament was one of the brightest points for Indian cricket. His ability to guide the team through high-pressure moments, particularly in the latter stages of the tournament, demonstrated his growing leadership qualities. However, it wasn't just his batting that made him a formidable captain. His tactical awareness and ability to read the game were also evident. He made bold decisions, such as promoting himself up the batting order in limited overs, formats, and taking calculated risks with his team selections. Under his leadership, India started to dominate on home soil, winning Test series against top teams like South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. Kohli's leadership laid the foundation for India to become one of the best teams in the world in all formats of the game, and his aggressive approach to batting and captaincy became a model for the next generation of cricketers. Chapter 5. The Pressure of Consistency and Personal Growth. Section 5.1, The Demands of Consistency. With great success came immense expectations, both from the cricketing world and from the millions of fans who viewed Virat Kohli as the face of modern-day cricket. The pressure to remain at the top of his game was constant. As the years passed, Kohli faced the challenge of maintaining his consistency and continuing to break records while also dealing with the mental and physical toll that comes with being the world's best. The constant scrutiny, the ever-looming comparisons with past legends like Sachin Tendulkar, and the relentless demands of international cricket began to weigh heavily on Kohli. Yet Virat's approach to managing pressure was unique. His drive to improve himself kept him grounded, whether it was his fitness regimen, his diet, or his mental preparation before games. Kohli was always looking for ways to better himself. He became a firm believer in the importance of fitness, not just for himself but for his team. Under his leadership, India adopted a more professional approach to fitness, with Kohli leading by example. His transformation into one of the fittest cricketers in the world was a reflection of his mental fortitude and his dedication to his craft. Despite the enormous pressure, Kohli continued to evolve as a cricketer. He understood that to remain at the top, he needed to constantly adapt, whether it was working on his technique, learning new shots, or evolving his mindset. Kohli's success during this period was not just due to his natural talent, but his ability to handle pressure, bounce back from setbacks, and his sheer determination to succeed at the highest level. Section 5.2. The Struggles of Balancing Fame and Family. As Virat Kohli continued to rise to the top of world cricket, the pressures of fame, media scrutiny, and personal life began to become increasingly challenging. Kohli's relationship with Bollywood actress Anushka Sharma added a new layer to his already high-profile life. Their relationship, which began in 2013, was often a subject of media gossip, and Kohli had to learn to balance his personal life with his growing fame. As his career soared, so did the public's fascination with every aspect of his personal life. Despite the intense media attention, Kohli and Anushka's relationship grew stronger. They both faced criticism and pressure from the public eye, but their connection remained grounded in mutual respect. However, the constant media intrusion and the inability to have a private life at times began to take a toll on Kohli. Being under the spotlight 24/7 made it difficult to separate the cricketing world from his personal world. Kohli, who was once known for his brashness and confidence, now had to learn the art of maintaining a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos of fame. In addition to the challenges of his personal life, the physical demands of cricket were relentless. Kohli's fitness, which had become a significant part of his identity, required constant effort and discipline. The mental toll of maintaining this level of consistency and fitness, while dealing with the pressures of fame, pushed Kohli to reassess how he approached his game. He knew that taking care of his mind and body was paramount if he wanted to continue at the top. Kohli increasingly embraced mindfulness and meditation as part of his routine, trying to find a balance between the intensity of professional cricket and the need for inner peace. Section 5.3. Navigating through personal setbacks. By 2018, Virat Kohli had reached almost every milestone a cricketer could dream of. But even at the pinnacle of his career, he faced moments of doubt and setbacks. No player is immune to failure, and Kohli, despite his immense talent, had to deal with tough times too. The 2018 Tour of England, for example, was a tough one for him. Despite being in top form, Kohli struggled with the conditions and found it difficult to deal with the swinging ball and the bouncy English pitches. He faced his first prolonged dry spell in years, which affected his confidence. This phase of struggle taught Kohli valuable lessons in resilience. He had always prided himself on his mental toughness, but dealing with a challenging phase where he couldn't score runs as freely was a test of his character. The ability to cope with failure rather than avoid it helped Kohli grow as a cricketer and as a person. He worked harder than ever before, refining his technique, focusing on his mental game, and seeking advice from mentors, including MS Dhoni, who had seen his share of challenges in his career. In parallel, Kohli's leadership was also scrutinized during this time. His aggressive approach, once celebrated, was now being questioned by some after a few losses on foreign soil. But Kohli didn't shy away from taking responsibility for both his performances and the team's losses. His commitment to leading by example, rather than playing the blame game, won him even more respect from his teammates. His ability to face personal setbacks and bounce back with a renewed determination became one of the defining traits of his leadership and career. Chapter 6. Records, Rivalries, and Rising Legacy. Warrior Shore Section 6.1. Breaking Records and Setting New Benchmarks. By 2019, Virat Kohli had etched his name into the record books. With an array of remarkable achievements, his hunger for runs had seen him set new records for the fastest, to 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, and even 11,000 ODI runs, all before his 30th birthday. With every series, Kohli seemed to move closer to the record set by cricketing. Legends like Sachin Tendulkar and Ricky Ponting, his consistency in limited overs cricket, particularly in ODIs, was unparalleled. Kohli became known for his ability to chase down difficult targets, often steering India to victory with his calmness and precision. In addition to his ODI records, Kohli also achieved significant milestones in Test cricket. His remarkable form during the 2018-2019 period saw him score runs in difficult conditions, including a historic series win in Australia. He became the first Indian captain to win a Test series in Australia, and his individual performances, including a series of centuries, placed him at the top of ICC rankings in both Test and ODI cricket. Kohli's success in breaking records wasn't just about statistics. It was about setting new benchmarks for future generations of cricketers. His ability to set such high standards of consistency, fitness, and mental toughness reshaped the modern-day approach to cricket. Every record he broke was not just a personal achievement, but a reflection of his commitment to the game and his desire to leave behind a legacy. Section 6.2. The rivalries that defined a generation. While Virat Kohli's rise to the top of the cricketing world was marked by his own brilliance, his success was also shaped by his fierce rivalries with some of the best cricketers in the world. His rivalry with Australia's Stephen Smith and South Africa's A.B. de Villiers, among others, created some of the most thrilling contests in international cricket. These rivalries were not just about individual records, but also about national pride and supremacy. They tested Kohli's skills, mental strength, and ability to perform under pressure. The rivalry between Kohli and Stephen Smith became one of the most talked about in modern cricket. Both players were in peak form at the same time, and their contrasting styles of play, Kohli's aggressive, attacking style versus Smith's unorthodox, patient approach, provided fans with riveting cricket. Kohli's competitive spirit, combined with his desire to be the best, fueled this rivalry. Whether it was during a high-pressure test match or a World Cup clash, Kohli's performances against Smith and his Australian team became the stuff of legends. Kohli's iconic centuries in Australia in the 2014 and 2018 series became defining moments, showing his ability to dominate world-class bowling attacks. Another rivalry that brought immense excitement was Kohli's battle with A.B. de Villiers, one of his closest friends off the field. Both cricketers shared a similar batting philosophy, playing with flair and aggression, but it was on the cricket field that the contrast became clear. Kohli's dominance in chasing targets in ODIs was often pitted against de Villiers' unorthodox and fearless approach. Their battles in the IPL, particularly when Kohli captained Royal Challengers Bangalore and de Villiers played for the same team, added an extra layer of competition. Their mutual respect for each other off the field made these rivalries all the more exciting, as the two players sought to push each other to greater heights. Section 6.3, leading India to global success. By 2019, Kohli had not only established himself as a global cricketing icon, but also as one of the most successful captains in Indian cricket history. His leadership had turned India into a cricketing powerhouse. India's success during his tenure was remarkable, with series wins against top teams across all formats, including a historic Test series win in Australia in 2018-19. Kohli's leadership philosophy, focused on aggression, fitness, and consistency, was instrumental in turning India into a team that dominated on home soil and became competitive abroad. India's triumph in the 2018 Border Gavaskar Trophy in Australia was particularly significant, as it marked the first time India had won a Test series down under. Kohli led from the front, scoring hundreds and demonstrating his ability to score runs in challenging conditions. His leadership in the 2016 World T20 and the 2017 Champions Trophy, although without a victory, showed his tactical brilliance. His focus on building a team that could perform under pressure made India a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. Kohli's leadership was also marked by his ability to nurture young talent. Players like Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, and Jasprit Bumrah flourished under his captaincy. Kohli gave his players the freedom to express themselves while maintaining high standards of discipline and commitment. His emphasis on fitness became a defining feature of the Indian team, setting a benchmark for future generations. Chapter 7. The Turning Point. Personal Transformation and Public Scrutiny. Burger, Section 7.1. The Mental Strain and Period of Reflection. By 2020, after nearly a decade of dominating the cricketing world, Virat Kohli found himself at a crossroads. The mental and physical strain of constant cricketing pressure, along with the added weight of public scrutiny, began to take its toll. For the first time in his career, Kohli experienced a phase of inconsistency and self-doubt. The pandemic, which disrupted the cricketing calendar and changed the way players prepared, added another layer of complexity to Kohli's mindset. During this period, Kohli spoke openly about the mental challenges he faced. He revealed that for a long time, He had been obsessed with results, runs, centuries, and victories, and that it had affected his mental health. This admission resonated with millions of fans, as it humanized the cricketing icon who was often seen as invincible. Kohli's vulnerability became an example for others, showing that even the best athletes are not immune to struggles. This period of reflection and self-doubt forced him to reevaluate his approach to the game. Kohli took a step back from the constant media frenzy and gave more importance to his mental well-being. He spent time focusing on mindfulness, meditation, and spending quality time with family and friends. His relationship with Anushka Sharma, who had always been a pillar of support, became even stronger. During this phase, Kohli found clarity in his purpose, not just as a cricketer, but as a person who wanted to inspire positive change in others. Section 7.2. Regaining form and reaffirming the passion for the game. After a brief hiatus and a period of reflection, Kohli returned to the game with renewed vigor. His transformation during the 2020-21 series against Australia was nothing short of spectacular. Kohli missed the latter part of the series after the birth of his daughter, but his absence galvanized the Indian team, leading to one of the most remarkable comebacks in recent cricket history. The Indian team, under the leadership of Ajinkya Rahane, managed to win the series 2-1, and Kohli's return to the squad in the 2021 IPL season was marked by his rejuvenated passion for the game. Kohli's ability to rise from adversity was evident in his performances. His return to form was not immediate, but his steady progress and dedication to the craft were evident in every knock he played. He had learned to separate the highs and lows of his career and focus on the process rather than the results. Kohli's reemergence as a dominant force in world cricket marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career, one where he was not just playing for records but for the love of the game. His leadership style also evolved. While he continued to be aggressive and ambitious, Kohli became more self-aware, understanding the importance of leading with humility and self-control. This period marked a shift in his approach, where he balanced his ambition with the needs of his team, showing that leadership could be both assertive and empathetic. Section 7.3. A legacy defined beyond cricket. As Kohli matured as a cricketer and a person, his legacy began to take shape in ways that transcended his achievements on the field. His leadership, his role in transforming Indian cricket, and his commitment to fitness and charity all became defining aspects of his story. Kohli's impact on the game of cricket was not just in the runs he scored, but in the example he set for young cricketers around the world. Off the field, Kohli became one of the most influential figures in the global sporting community. His approach to fitness, mental health, and social responsibility set him apart from other cricketers. His charitable work, particularly through his foundation, inspired many to give back to society, further solidifying his place as a role model. Kohli's ability to balance fame, success, and his personal life made him a unique figure in the world of sports. As he approached the twilight years of his career, Kohli began to understand that his legacy was not just about how many records he broke, but about the impact he had on the next generation of cricketers and the world, beyond the cricket field. His story would not just be about the runs he scored or the matches he won, but about how he transformed the game, inspired millions, and changed the narrative of modern cricket. Chapter 8. The 2020s, New Beginnings and New Challenges. Section 8.1. The Transition to T20s and the IPL Era. As the cricketing world continued to evolve, so did Virat Kohli. The 2020s marked a new phase in his career, as he not only faced challenges in international cricket, but also embraced the dynamic world of T20s and the Indian Premier League, IPL. Kohli's leadership role with the Royal Challengers Bangalore, RCB, became a defining aspect of his career in the IPL. The IPL, with its fierce competition, young talent, and global spotlight, became more than just a domestic tournament. It was a platform for Kohli to further cement his legacy as a modern-day cricketing legend. In 2021, Kohli made a major decision to step down as RCB's captain, a move that surprised many. His decision was driven by his desire to refocus his energy on international cricket and the World Cup. Despite this, Kohli's contributions to RCB were immense. Under his leadership, RCB became one of the most consistent teams in the IPL. Kohli's consistent batting performances in the league were marked by his aggressive approach to T20 cricket, where he adapted his game to fit the fast-paced nature of the format. His ability to maintain a high strike rate, while also anchoring the innings, made him a crucial player for his franchise. The IPL also saw Kohli form strong partnerships with key players like Abhi de Villiers and Yuzvendra Chahal. Their understanding of the game, combined with Kohli's leadership, made RCB a formidable side, even though they never managed to win the IPL title during Kohli's tenure. However, Kohli's decision to focus on international cricket marked a shift in his priorities. He realized that as much as IPL was important, the T20, World Cup and ICC tournaments were where his true legacy would be defined. Section 8.2. The evolution of Kohli's leadership philosophy. As Virat Kohli entered his 30s, his leadership style evolved significantly. Initially known for his fiery and aggressive approach to leadership, Kohli became more introspective in the later years of his captaincy. His approach shifted towards creating a balanced team dynamic, encouraging freedom of expression, and instilling a sense of self-belief in his players. Kohli started to rely more on team synergy rather than individual brilliance alone. In 2021, Kohli decided to step down as the captain of the Indian T20I team after the World Cup. The decision was not an easy one, given the immense success he had as India's captain in all formats. However, Kohli's understanding of the evolving demands of the modern game played a crucial role in his decision-making. Kohli's leadership in limited overs cricket had been marked by aggression, sharp tactics, and an unmatched hunger to win, but he realized that passing the baton to a new leader, like Rohit Sharma, would provide India with a fresh dynamic. It was a sign of Kohli's maturity, accepting that the team's growth required a leader who could bring in new perspectives and strategies. Although Kohli stepped down from his leadership roles, his influence on Indian cricket continued to be profound. His leadership had shaped India into one of the most competitive teams in world cricket, and his emphasis on fitness and discipline had transformed the Indian team's approach to the game. Kohli's leadership had not just been about winning, it was about creating a mindset within the team that placed character, resilience, and a winning mentality at the forefront. Section 8.3. The return to form and record-breaking achievements. By 21 and 22, Kohli had navigated through his first real phase of self-doubt, but his hunger for runs remained undiminished. His form began to stabilize, and his consistency was evident across formats once again. Despite not scoring as prolifically as in his earlier years, Kohli made a remarkable return to form during the 2021 IPL season. His ability to adapt his game to the shortest format of cricket, while also maintaining his prowess in Test and ODI cricket, helped him remain one of the most valuable players in world cricket. In 2022, Kohli once again proved his mettle by leading India to an emotional victory against England in a Test series, and even though India's journey in the ICC T20 World Cup was not as expected, Kohli's individual performances continued to shine. His innings against Pakistan in the 2022 T20 World Cup, which included a dramatic chase and match-winning knock, is considered one of the best performances in T20 cricket history. That inning reaffirmed his ability to perform under pressure and silenced critics, who had questioned his form in recent years. At the same time, Kohli became the fastest player to reach 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000 runs in T20Is, and his name continued to appear at the top of the run charts in all formats. His ability to bounce back from setbacks and continue to break records even in his 30s demonstrated his unwavering commitment to excellence. It wasn't just about the numbers. It was about his ability to play the game with unmatched passion and intensity. Chapter 9. The Cricketing Icon. Kohli's Impact on Global Cricket. Section 9.1. Impact on Indian cricket and beyond. Virat Kohli's legacy extended far beyond his individual records and achievements. He played a crucial role in the transformation of Indian cricket from a team that was occasionally competitive to one that was consistently dominant across all formats. The aggressive brand of cricket that Kohli promoted became synonymous with India's approach to the game. His leadership, which had been initially questioned, became a benchmark for future captains. Under Kohli, India became the #1 ranked team in ICC Test cricket, a position it held for over 3 years. India's success in bilateral series, as well as in multi-nation tournaments, reflected the strength of the team under Kohli's captaincy. He made sure that the team not only focused on skill but also on the mindset that was necessary to compete at the highest level. Kohli's emphasis on fitness, discipline, and performance under pressure transformed Indian cricketers into world-class athletes. But Kohli's influence went beyond the Indian team. His aggressive brand of cricket, combined with his passion for winning, left a lasting impact on global cricket. Young cricketers around the world looked up to Kohli as a role model, aspiring to emulate his work ethic and passion for the game. His approach to fitness, his mental toughness, and his ability to thrive under pressure became a template for future generations. Kohli's presence in the IPL and other leagues also helped raise the profile of T20 cricket, transforming it into one of the most popular formats in the world. Section 9.2. Mentorship and inspiring the next generation. One of the most significant aspects of Kohli's legacy was his role as a mentor and leader for the next generation of cricketers. Players like Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, and Prithvi Shaw looked up to Kohli for guidance, both on and off the field. Kohli's commitment to excellence set a standard that future cricketers aspired to. His presence in the dressing room had a positive impact on the team, as he encouraged players to believe in their abilities and to approach the game with aggression and confidence. Kohli's influence extended beyond just technical advice. He taught his younger teammates about the importance of mental toughness and handling pressure. His leadership taught them that every match was an opportunity to showcase their skill and mental resilience. As one of the most well-rounded players in modern cricket, Kohli made sure that young cricketers learned from his experiences. Whether it was mentoring the younger players in the IPL or working with the national team's rookies, Kohli's commitment to sharing his knowledge helped shape India's future cricketing stars. Section 9.3. Enduring popularity and global recognition. Virat Kohli's popularity was not just limited to India. It transcended borders, making him one of the most recognizable athletes globally. His unique playing style, on-field, charisma, and off-field persona made him a fan favorite in every cricketing nation. Kohli's international fan base was vast, and his reach went beyond the traditional cricket audience. His ability to connect with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and countries made him a global ambassador for the sport. His sponsorship deals, endorsement partnerships, and social media following reflected his immense global recognition. Kohli's ability to brand himself, while staying true to his values, made him a role model for aspiring cricketers and young fans around the world. His performances on the field, coupled with his off-field personality, helped popularize cricket in non-traditional markets like the United States, where cricket was growing in popularity. Chapter 10. The Legacy Beyond Cricket. Virat Kohli as a Global Icon. Bars Section 10.1. From cricketing superstar to global icon. As Virat Kohli's career progressed into its final phases, his identity expanded far beyond that of a cricketer. He had evolved into one of the world's most influential sports personalities, wielding an impact on and off the cricket field that was second to none. Known for his on-field aggression, flawless technique, and unparalleled consistency, Kohli began to redefine what it meant to be a modern-day athlete. While his cricketing achievements remained monumental, it was his larger-than-life persona that made him a global figure. Kohli had become synonymous with discipline, focus, and hard work, leading him to become a highly sought-after brand ambassador for numerous international companies. His fitness journey and dedication to maintaining peak physical condition were not just about cricket. They spoke to a broader cultural shift in the world of sports. Kohli's approach to personal health and fitness inspired millions around the world, transcending the boundaries of cricket. Whether it was endorsing leading global brands or leveraging his social media presence to influence millions, Kohli became the face of modern athletes, who were equally successful in their sporting careers and business ventures. His ability to balance cricket with other ventures set a blueprint for the athletes of tomorrow. Kohli also turned his influence into activism, championing causes such as environmental sustainability, mental health, and philanthropy through his foundation. Kohli's success story was one of resilience, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence. As he cemented his place as a global icon, his transition from a cricket star to a global ambassador for change began to take shape. Section 10.2. The Virat Kohli Foundation, Giving Back to Society. One of the most significant aspects of Virat Kohli's legacy has been his philanthropic work through the Virat Kohli Foundation. Established in 2013, the foundation focused on supporting underprivileged children, promoting education, and providing access to sports for disadvantaged youth. Kohli's own upbringing and early challenges shaped his commitment to giving back to society. Kohli, who had always emphasized discipline and hard work in his career, also believed in instilling these qualities in children from marginalized communities. His foundation provided resources for education, healthcare, and sports infrastructure to empower children to pursue their dreams, no matter their background. Kohli's emphasis on fitness extended to the foundation's initiatives, encouraging physical activity as part of a holistic approach to youth development. His foundation's work in rural areas was particularly impactful, as it helped bridge the gap between city and village life in India, offering opportunities to those who had previously been left behind. Through the foundation, Kohli worked closely with local organizations, schools, and institutions to improve the lives of children who lacked access to quality education and resources. He also worked to promote sustainable development through initiatives that focused on the environment and global climate change awareness. By using his platform to raise awareness about critical issues, Kohli became a role model for the next generation of athletes who sought to make a difference off the field. In 2021, the Virat Kohli Foundation's partnership with several global humanitarian organizations helped raise millions of dollars for COVID-19 relief efforts in India, further solidifying Kohli's reputation as a person of empathy and social responsibility. Section 10.3, Kohli and the Digital Revolution, Connecting with Fans. As social media and digital platforms began to dominate the way athletes interacted with their fans, Virat Kohli embraced this new age of connectivity with open arms. His ability to connect with millions of fans through Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms allowed him to build a deeper relationship with his global audience. Kohli's digital presence was a masterclass in how athletes could use their platforms, not just to promote themselves, but to engage with their supporters on a personal level. Kohli often shared glimpses of his personal life, from his marriage to Bollywood actress Anushka Sharma, to moments of his daily training routine, giving his followers an inside look at the life of a world-class athlete. His candid posts and stories often highlighted his fitness routines, diet plans, and mental health practices, making him an influential figure in promoting health and wellness. This level of transparency made him one of the most relatable athletes of his time. Moreover, Kohli's social media presence wasn't just about posting photos and promoting brands. It was about interacting with fans, sharing messages of positivity, and supporting causes that resonated with him. Whether it was motivating his followers to lead a healthy lifestyle or urging them to donate to charitable causes, Kohli's social media presence went beyond the superficial. He became a digital ambassador for change, influencing millions through his posts and inspiring his followers to make a difference in their own lives. In a world where athletes are often seen as distant celebrities, Kohli's connection to his fans set a new standard for engagement and influence. His digital presence allowed him to extend his legacy beyond cricket, touching the lives of millions across the globe. Section 10.4, Kohli's Enduring Legacy and the Next Generation. As Virat Kohli continued to transition into the final stages of his career, his influence over Indian and global cricket was undeniable. His place among the greats of the game was secure, but it was his impact on the next generation of cricketers that would define his true legacy. Young cricketers grew up watching Kohli, and his rise to stardom became an inspiration for countless budding talents across India and the world. The young cricketers who had once idolized Kohli now had the privilege of learning from him firsthand. As a mentor to several upcoming talents in Indian cricket, Kohli's influence on the future of the game became evident. His mentorship extended beyond technical skills. He imparted the mentality that had propelled him to the top of world cricket: discipline, passion, and mental resilience. Kohli's work ethic, his approach to fitness, and his commitment to always being the best helped shape the next generation of cricketers who aspired to reach the levels of success he had achieved. The foundations Kohli laid in Indian cricket, both on and off the field, would continue to shape the team's approach for years to come. His emphasis on fitness, performance under pressure, and team spirit became the core values instilled in every Indian cricketer who followed in his footsteps. Kohli's legacy wasn't just defined by his individual records. It was built on his ability to inspire others to dream big and work relentlessly to achieve those dreams. In the coming decades, the Virat Kohli era would be remembered as a turning point in Indian cricket, a time when the game transcended traditional boundaries, and a new era of global cricketing icons emerged. His contributions to the game of cricket, his leadership, and his impact on society would continue to influence generations, and his story would remain a source of inspiration for young athletes who sought to emulate his extraordinary journey. Conclusion: the unstoppable force. Virat Kohli's enduring legacy. As we look back at Virat Kohli's journey, it becomes clear that his story is far more than just about cricket. It is about an individual who defied the odds, broke barriers, and transformed the sport in ways no one thought possible.
Kohli's journey from a young,
fiery cricketer to one of the most respected and accomplished figures in world cricket is a testament to his commitment, passion, and vision. He not only helped lead India to unparalleled heights in world cricket, but he also became a global icon whose influence transcended the sport. In the years to come, the name Virat Kohli will remain etched in the annals of cricket history. His records, his contributions, and his unwavering passion for the game will continue to inspire millions. Kohli's career will always be remembered as one that revolutionized the way the world perceives cricket, and as one of the greatest cricketers to ever play the game.